This is an interesting mock draft. Ryan Wilson, CBS Sports. We'll take a look at the first three picks for the Browns. So 44, they have Jahan Dotson, wide receiver from Penn State. You see George Pickens available a couple picks later as well. Then they go Perion Winfrey, defensive tackle from Oklahoma at 78. Then at 99, that compensatory third-round pick, they go edge rusher Sam Williams from Ole Miss. So G. Bush, Dotson, Winfrey, Williams. What do you think of those? I'm in. If those three are available, I kind of like what the Browns have done adding those. Adding that talent, I think, would be a big step up.
Oh no, that'd be huge. Now, some people will complain to you and say, I like Dotson, or I don't like Dotson as much as I like Pickens. But you can't argue with Dotson's production. Go back to 2020 in the COVID year, and he pretty much sank the whole defensive backs draft stock when he went against Ohio State. I mean, he is productive. He can go up and high point the football. He may not have the elite size or the elite speed that Pickens may have, but he doesn't have the injury, rap sheet that Pickens has as well. So I like Dotson. I think he's a guy who is. He reminds me of all the other Penn State guys. Allen Robinson, he kind of reminds me of a little bit too. So I have no problem with that. Can catch the football. I think it'd be a great acquisition in addition to the team. We talked about Winfrey. We talked about him from Oklahoma last time I was on. I really like him because he gives you a little more wiggle. He gives you a little more pass rush ability than your average defensive tackle. And I think I've always said this, to really truly unlock. People always want to play with four. Everybody want to get pressure with four. Let's drop and play seven behind them. To do that, yes, you need to get good rush ends, and the Browns do have Jadeveon Clowney. If he can get him back, you do have Myles Garrett. But to truly unlock that rushing with four, you need a defensive tackle that can push the pocket, has some pass rush ability, as well as being able to be big enough to stop the run. And then you could really have something dangerous. I like him as well. And then the edge rusher from Ole Miss, I like that as well. If you can get an edge rusher and kind of mix and match with these guys that you brought in free agency, I think that they would hit all three areas or levels that they really need. Edge rusher, defensive tackle, and receiver with that mock draft. I wouldn't have any problems if they went ahead and pulled the trigger on all three of those moves.